Welcome to All Nations Student Stories. And over to you.
Thank you. I'm Clare, I'm from the UK, and I'm here at All Nations studying on the Masters.
So tell us when you heard about All Nations in the first time around.
So I first heard about All Nations kind of way back when, and there were some people from my church that came here to study before going overseas. But when I actually started thinking about studying here myself, it was recommended through a sending organisation called Latin Link, and I was looking at going overseas with them, and they recommended that I did a little bit more training and studying before I went, and so I came here and I studied on the en route programme, and that was in September 2009.
So after you finished this 10-week en route programme, what did you do?
So I went to Peru with Latin Link on their Stride programme. So I went there for a year and a half, and I was involved with various different projects, having completed my language study, and all of those projects were working with vulnerable children in different settings.
And what came after Peru?
So when I came back to the UK from Peru, I worked in the UK for a little while, and then I sort of felt that it was perhaps time to go overseas again. So I started praying about that, and when I did, I kept hearing about Mozambique from lots of different places, having never really heard about the country before. And I met the leaders of a project, and I went out and visited them and kind of prayed about it and felt that it was something that I should go back to. And so I've spent the last 5 years in northwest Mozambique, and I've been serving with a small independent organisation there. And my work has mainly been working with vulnerable children.
So what led you back to All Nations after having served overseas?
Having done the en route programme here many years ago, I knew it was a fantastic place to study. I really enjoyed being here, being with the people and learning what I did. And so I've been looking to come back for many years. And actually, having prayed about it, sort of when I felt it was time to leave Mozambique, I started praying about what would be next. And All Nations was one of the things that came to mind again. And I kind of kept praying sort of through that, kept walking through that, and felt that it was a good time to be equipped and to be resourced more. And so I started looking into the MA programme and coming to study here.
So which MA programme did you end up choosing?
So I'm doing the MA in Transformational Development.
And can you highlight a couple of modules for us that you like and that you find challenging, perhaps?
So this term we're starting off with 3 modules, and actually the one that I'm enjoying the most so far is anthropology, and that's something that I've never studied before, sort of formally, but actually in learning about different cultures and studying them as you sort of do culture study and language study, then you find out quite a bit about them anyway, and so it's really good to actually study that in a classroom setting because it's going alongside sort of the practical experience that I've had.
Being back here at All Nations and living on campus, what is it that you enjoy the most from college life, and what do you find perhaps challenging?
I think one of the things that I enjoy the most is actually living in community here, with so many people from so many different cultures and backgrounds and languages, and that's something that's really fun, and it's fun to learn together and to learn about different people's cultures and backgrounds and where they want to go to. But that can also be really challenging because actually sometimes you can do things wrong and you're not aware that you're sort of offending people, and also just when you're spending time with people that not everyone's first language is English, and that can be something that you just have to learn how to work through, and actually to continue to love each other and to treat each other with kindness.
Yeah. It's another part of our intercultural training, isn't it?
It certainly is, yeah.
Yeah. So who would you recommend All Nations for?
I would recommend All Nations for anyone who is thinking about serving cross-culturally. It's a fantastic place to study. The courses are great, the tutors are brilliant, but also it's the people that I'm studying alongside that actually learning from them and learning from their experience, from their lives and from their backgrounds.
That's amazing. Thank you, Claire, for sharing, and thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Student Stories. If you have any questions, do get in touch through email or social media, and we would love to answer your questions. And we look forward to see you again on the next episode of Student Stories.